one. He's a real one for that.
Exactly. But since I have it anyway, I guess just start taking just kind of the craziness of all of this. Obviously, to fall behind by 20, the way you guys started and managed to pull that off.
Yeah.
Just what did this take?
I'm still kind of trying to process it, man. That was one of the craziest games I've personally been a part of. We never stop believing. I mean, I think this group, you've seen what we pulled off the past, 2-3 weeks of the season, whatever it was. And I think that was perfect because that was a perfect precursor to what the playoffs are. Now, granted, we didn't want to be in the position of being down by 20, but if we just so happened to be there, we knew how to manage it. We knew how to lock in when we needed to. So just to get to overtime and hit timely shots and get timely stops, I mean, a lot of things went in our favor. So it was just a great overall team performance.
What did you just have to do to turn that around in the moment when you're down? You're down 33-13. Like, what had to be said? I know Rick told us what he said, but what did you guys have to kind of sum it up in that moment to turn the thing around?
Kind of the same thing I just started with. Just don't stop believing. Just got to continue to keep believing in each other and just to dig in and get a stop. I mean, I think one of the things that hurt us was rebounding at the end. They got a few extra shots off of that, and we talked about that. Eliminating that. Eliminate as many mistakes as possible offensively and just keeping it moving. We knew Giannis had 5 fouls, so we tried to keep him in action and. Tyrese is, even though he missed, a lot of shots, he still stayed the course and was able to, pull off some amazing stuff there at the end of the game.
I think Ty said was that he obviously starting to get discouraged because he mentioned he smoked a layup. He had a couple open threes that he usually hits, and he said that you guys, his teammates, kind of made a point of keeping him up there, so he kept attacking. And just what were some things that you guys tried to get across to him?
I can tell you exactly what happened. It was half court. I think the ball was in. I don't know, it was Aaron's hands or it was Drew's hands in the corner, and in the middle of it, I yelled at him. I said, "Go get the ball!" Like these are the situations that you prepare for. These situations that I know you train for. I said, "Go get the ball." And right afterwards is when he got that and one. So it was just, I'm glad he stayed resilient and just was able to pull it off in those moments because a lot of people would have shied away. You miss 2-3 big shots and you shy away from the moment, and I wasn't going to allow him to do that. So I think that. It was big on him to go get the ball, but I knew he needed a little bit of a nudge, and he was able to make some great things happen.
You mentioned Giannis earlier. It seemed like you got him more. You were defending him more today, basically, than maybe you had directly. Basically, it's kind of initial primary defender or in the wall or some of those things. I mean, what did you feel like you did well in that circumstance? Obviously, you guys kept him from getting going for a while. Certainly, his numbers line is huge at the end, but it seemed like it took him a while to get going. What did you feel like you did well, particularly?
No, it was strategic. We saved that bullet. I could have guarded him earlier in the series, but I think that we wanted to save it for, when we really needed it. I think the numbers show I did a decent job on him, throughout the series. And in the last 3 or 4 minutes, what it was, he wanted to switch the matchup and give him a different look. So, yeah, I think it's just a matter of just still a team effort, man. You're not just guarding the guy one. I have a guy to my right, I have a guy to my left. Guys are talking to me, and, we're able to, like I said, just lock it down at the end.
There's 40 seconds left, and they're headed to the free throw line. You guys are down 6. What's going through your head at that time, and how did you guys stay focused or keep the belief in a moment like that?
I won't say who, but, a couple of their players were talking a little crazy. Just, we're a championship team. We've been here before. Like, y'all thought y'all was going to beat us. This is that. That's verbatim what was said. And, again, we just ignored it. We just kept our heads down, and we kept working. So, we hit some big shots, and then there was 2 big blunders on their end. And caused by our pressure, Drew hits a big shot, Aaron hits a big shot, Tyrese able to get downhill, and the rest is history.
Tough to have a game 3 and start today, but to get through this series in 5, what does that say about the state you guys are in going into the next round?
That was huge, bro. Because if we would have had to play another game, or anything could have happened, anything. So we're glad that we get to rest, for a couple of days, and we'll figure out when we play, and we lick our wounds, and we just get ready for what's next.
At almost 50 playoff games, perspective is the word I kind of think of when I look at you. So how do you, I guess, kind of quantify or describe where you started to where you are now and everything's kind of happened getting to this point?
I remember my very first shot in the playoffs. I got fouled. I went to the free throw line, and my hands were shaking. It was in Toronto. It was my rookie year, and I smoked both free throws. And I was like, oh, wow, this is real. You know what I mean? And to go from that to being, one of the leaders, one of the guys that has the experience, and one of the guys that's, have been in Game 7s and been in tough environments, I'm just able to provide a lot of, I won't even call it wisdom, just experiences, provide just perspective, if you will, to these guys, and keep guys calm, and just there's not much I haven't seen. So, it's amazing that I'm at 50 games, but I'm just trying to continue to keep rolling.
To follow up on that idea of perspective, to be able to get this done here in front of these people, what this fan base means. Yeah. What does it mean what does it mean to be able to be a part of this and be able to do this for this fan base?
Yeah. First and foremost, shame to the fans that left early. Like y'all, y'all know better. Y'all have watched us play for a long time, and you know who you are. But I think it was dope, man. Just you feel the energy, man. Like you just really, really feel the energy here in Cambridge when in moments like that. You make a big play, or I mean. And forget about the shots, man. Indiana fans love when you dive on the floor, or you get a big block, or a big rebound. Like they care about the gritty stuff, and those are the plays that I think personify what our city's about.
There's been a lot of grit down the stretch in a lot of games, regular season into now. How did those regular season wins that you guys were able to turn out and pull out affect and come to fruition in a game like this?
It was an amazing mock test. That's what I call it. Those games where we were trying to, one, get to 50 wins, and two, just win. Period. Know how to win. What it takes to win. Winning is very hard in this league. Even harder in the playoffs. So being built to those resilient moments, and then being able to actually pull off what we pulled off here tonight, it's just it's incredible, and a testament to just our team's overall psyche, and just overall philosophy. Just never give up.
Myles, I asked Ty about him too. TJ had 18 off the bench.
Yeah.
You guys were kind of struggling there in the start, and he was really kind of just keeping you afloat. Talk to me about his effort tonight and how big that was for you guys.
Just consistent, man. TJ's someone who just he's a pest, bro. He's someone you love to have on your team, hate to play against him. I think that he can really change games, and he came in confidently, hit his shots, got guys open. Got me a big dump. Was able to chest bump my pops. I think that was dope, and little stuff like that, man. He's just a spark plug. He, like I said, man, someone I've been playing with for a long time. So again, nothing really surprised me with him either, man. He's just built for these moments.
Myles, I know said it was a heated series and things like that, but when you look at Giannis, you faced some all-time greats throughout your career. How much respect do you have for him leaving all that out there, and obviously you all taking everything it needed to get past that?
Of course, he's again, he's someone I've struggled with in the past.